Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Unfortunately, today's team roping practice got canceled because it is raining like a son of a gun here in Central Texas. We just had a little bit of a shower come through, and so we got a little bit of a break, and I'm letting the dogs kind of go to the bathroom and run around before the next wave comes. But with that being said, today's video is going to be all in the office. So let's get in the office and talk about what is the cheapest way that you can get started in team roping. Before we get started in today's video, number one, what do we think of the pink chair? This is my wife's office. Mine isn't done yet. So we're just gonna, kind of commandeer hers for a little bit. Number two, I wanna thank this month's video sponsor, Ag Gear. Ag Gear is a Western performance apparel company. They've got all of the shirts, all the vests that you need to keep yourself looking sharp. Right now, you can get 30 to 50% off their entire online store. You can get an additional 5% if you use my discount code down below. Go check it out. Let me know what you think. Thank you, Ag Gear, for sponsoring this month's videos. Now, if you're interested in getting into team roping, one thing that you've probably heard a lot of is team roping is very expensive. And while that is completely true, I do believe a few of these ways will help you get into team roping a little bit easier. In my personal experience, I waited 2 or 3 years before I even got into horses, before I even got into this industry, because I just thought it was too damn expensive. Number one, buy a used horse, buy an older horse. Do not buy a green horse. Older horses are gonna take care of you, especially if you're new to the team roping world, new to the team roping sport. They're gonna take care of you a little bit better than a green horse will. Another reason for that is that older horses usually are cheaper. They're better for beginners and they're cheaper. So talk to somebody in your area that is experienced in team roping, that knows horses, and ask them to help you find an older, more experienced horse that somebody is, maybe trying to get rid of because, not because they're a bad horse, but because they need something a little bit better, a little bit younger. Can y'all even see me? There, that'll help a little bit. Number two, buy used ropes. Right now, and I guess kind of always, ropes are very expensive. $40 to $45 for ropes is very expensive if you're a beginner. Yes, new ropes are better. Yes, new ropes feel better, they look better, they're all around better. But if you're just getting started, used ropes will do just fine. The other day I saw an Instagram post where somebody was selling 15 in good condition used ropes for $10 a piece. That's 150 bucks. That would only get you 3 ropes typically. Especially in the beginning, you're gonna have to get really good at being resourceful. It's just a trend at this point. Next thing I would say is buy a trophy saddle or a used saddle. Same concept when it comes to the ropes. New is going to be very expensive, $2,500 all the way up to, I don't know, what is the most expensive saddle that you guys have seen? Put in the comment section below, what's the most expensive custom saddle that you've seen? But a trophy saddle and a used saddle you can get for around $1,000. When I first started, I didn't have a horse, I didn't have any tack, I didn't have a trailer, I didn't have anything. So I had to use a used saddle. Actually, take it back. I borrowed a saddle to start off with. I borrowed a saddle for like 2 or 3 months before my trophy saddle came in, and that's what I've used ever since. I don't even have a custom saddle. I use trophy saddles because they're much less expensive. Moving right along, you can borrow a trailer. I know everybody likes to have their own trailer. It's way better to have your own trailer. It's much better in every facet. But in the short term, you can borrow a trailer. I did that multiple times from multiple different people. A lot of people, if they've had horses for a long time, they have multiple trailers. There's usually one sitting out in the pasture that they're not using. Maybe offer to pay them a little bit for it, clean it, a whole bunch of things you can work out. But borrowing a trailer is a great alternative if you don't have the cash to spend, or you don't want to go get a loan for a trailer and have that whole ordeal. And if I borrowed a trailer from you, thank you. I really appreciated it. I will return the favor to somebody else. Now, I've talked about this in previous videos, but if you're gonna buy a horse, you're gonna have to put him somewhere. Find the cheapest boarding option that you can that is in good condition, obviously. But board is very expensive, so the cheapest thing that you can find is usually the better one. A lot of towns have county and fairgrounds, that sort of thing. Go check them out. Go see if you like it. It's usually pretty cheap. It's usually not the best condition, but it's a good option. If you can buy your feed in bulk, sometimes you can get a discount. You know that you're gonna have to buy that feed for your horses anyway. So if you have the cash to spend, try to buy in bulk. Just like everything else, prices are going up. So if you can buy in bulk at a good price, that is a good option. Plus, you can have it delivered. You only have one delivery fee, and you can just kind of store everything, you know, until the point where you have to go back into town. The final tidbit that I would say is to utilize jackpots and small practices. Small practices are usually pretty cheap, especially in my area, and jackpots will make your money go a lot further than going to big ropings that you're only paying one entry for one run. Go to jackpots, get 3 or 4 runs out of that same entry, and it'll help you increase and make that money last a lot longer. Well, there you go. There you have it. There it is. If you have any specific questions on how to save some money, let me know in the comment section below. I'm always looking for ways to save money in this expensive sport with these expensive animals. We love them, it's our lifestyle, but sometimes you've got to save some money. So if you've got a question, hit me up in the comment section below and I'll try to answer it. If it stops raining here in the next few days, we'll be back to our regular scheduled programming. Until then, we'll see you next time.